Good morning, and thank you for tuning into the tip of the day. Eric Bernaccio here, and we're doing our daily reading from the Daily Reflections book of Alcoholics Anonymous. And today is May 14th, 2020, and the topic is It's Okay to Be Me. Time after time, newcomers have tried to keep to themselves certain facts about their lives. They have turned to easier methods, but they had not learned enough humility. Humility sounds so much like humiliation, but it really is the ability to look at myself and honestly accept what I find. I no longer need to be the smartest or the dumbest or the otherest. Finally, it is okay to be me. It is easier for me to accept myself if I share my whole life. If I cannot share in meetings, then I had better have a sponsor, someone with whom I can share these certain facts that could lead me back to a drunk or to death. I need to take all steps. I need the fifth step to learn true humility. Easier methods do not work. This is so true. Humiliation sounds like a negative word, but it really isn't. It's just humbling yourself to a place where you know that you're going to mess up daily, that you have faults, that no man is sinless, and having the ability to recognize that you have faults and that you mess up daily and actually admitting them, that you're not perfect. It takes a real woman and a real man to be able to do this. Somebody else that is in denial and just accepts that as a way of living will never find true happiness or be whole or complete. That is justification. It'll always lead you back to your pleasureful desires that are going to ultimately kill you. And we just have to realize that it's okay to be ourselves. We don't have to keep up with the next person. You have to work on what you've been gifted with and utilize that to the best of your abilities. You don't have to see gifts in other people and wonder why you don't have that and feel less of yourself because of that, or why you can't obtain certain things that other people have obtained. It's really important that we recognize that each person is made individually, and we all have our flaws, and we all have our gifts, and we all have our abilities and incapabilities. It's really important to understand this, because once you can get to a place of understanding and accept yourself for who you are and have self-respect and not care what other people think about you, not worry about judgment of the world, but your only fear should be judgment from the Father of being of the world. And it doesn't matter, if you're not completely honest with yourself, you will fall. Like, you can't be dishonest with yourself and hold on to reservations to do things in the future, or if there's things in your past that you haven't weeded out yet, then you're holding on to something that is not of God. And it's important to be able to talk about these things. And if you can't talk about it in a group setting, like for me, I don't really care. Like, I throw anonymity out the window. I'll tell anybody anything because I know it's going to set me free. But there are a lot of people that struggle with, I don't want people to judge me, my business, this and that. And when they're in a group setting, such as a ministry group or a fellowship, whether it's A or NA or whatever, people freeze up and they don't have the strength to be able to share what's really going on. And if that's the situation, that's fine. But you do need to find at least a person on top of speaking to God daily that you can confide in and tell them exactly what's going on, what holds you back, what in your past is causing you to seek alternative solutions other than the solutions that are laid out for us. And it's really important that we acknowledge that we have a problem. If you don't even acknowledge that you have flaws and you just think that everything's happy-go-lucky and you're enjoying life and you're in a dark place, and a lot of people don't even know they're there, because I was there for years and didn't know. And then it got to the point where I knew I was in a dark place, but I couldn't stop choosing to go back to the dark place. It became more habitual because I just continuously kept falling back to this situation. And then it gets to a point where your desire and willingness becomes stronger than going to that dark place every time. And that's when you actually make a commitment or seek one of the tools that have been laid out for you that you have just looked over so many times because that sounds boring. That's not going to work. Why should I do it? It didn't work for this guy. And this guy fell after having 7 years from drugs. And we make up every excuse in the book not to do what is laid out for us to be able to achieve recovery. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not honest with yourself, you're not ready to stay away from your vices. Your vices will grab a hold of you again. You need to be completely honest with oneself. You need to give everything that you have to God. Lay it all at the bottom of the cross. Ask God for forgiveness for your sins. For there are so many people that hold on to these sins because they're not ready to let go of them. And they enjoy the pleasure, the temporal pleasure that you get from falling to these sins much more than they enjoy the company of God. And that's just the truth. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. Do you enjoy that short span of pleasure and all the guilt and shame that comes afterwards from indulging in that pleasure? Or do you enjoy being at peace, feeling complete, and resting in the arms of God? So it's really important to just accept yourself for who you are. God accepts you for who you are. And surround yourself with people that allow you to be yourself. Don't be around people that are going to judge you and bring down your morale and make you feel bad about yourself. You want people that are going to build you up. And it's okay to be you. Don't change your views. Don't change your, don't change you. Just be you and don't care what other people think, because it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you control your happiness, and if you don't control your happiness, other people will control your happiness, and you probably won't be happy. So make the decision today to be yourself. Everybody have a great day.